All right, thank you. Yeah, that was exhausting.
Yeah, I bet. How was it? Fun
Oh
though?
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's always an adventure.
All right.
You do we? You want to stay here, or do you want to go out on the the driveway?
I was gonna ask, do you want to do like a bog walk and go off leash and kind of so I can kind of see the issues that you're having? Whatever you're comfortable with, obviously.
The bog walk is all covered in snow.
Fair enough. Okay.
We can go around the cul-de-sac.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
Whatever you
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I'd rather the
I just,
cul-de-sac.
yeah, I just figured if we get her out of the yard, and kind of give me a little glimpse into how she is outside.
No, there's no one home, so you may not get that. I'm surprised. I don't know. Did she see her in there?
Yeah, looks like it.
Because
They
she
made eye
didn't.
contact. I was expecting her to jump.
I was. Can't believe she didn't blow up.
That's a good thing. Good girl. Huh, let's reward that. Come here, Raven. Yes. Good girl. I know. Oh, she wants the lovin's. You're a sweet girl. I bet you and Freya would get along well.
I would like that.
How was she with other dogs in the yard?
Oh, that never happens.
No? Do you want to try? Not today, obviously, but I'd be comfortable bringing Freya over.
Would you? Wow, you're so brave. I would love to. I don't know. I think it's a little soon for that. Have you actually seen how she acts with other dogs?
No, not really, but I mean, if we have the muzzle on, I'm
Yeah.
not too worried. Freya's a very good dog for that kind of thing.
Okay.
She will stand up for herself, but she won't be aggressive, if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
if she
oh, yeah,
feels
I understand
uncomfortable-
that.
Yeah, if she feels uncomfortable, she'll give some deep barks or maybe push her off.
Yeah.
Say, hey, leave me alone. Raven, heel. Raven. I'll take that. Yes. Okay, Raven, you ready? Heel. What do you think the odds are that we see another dog going around there?
Oh, you won't see anything today. Yeah. There's a really old dog that I never even see that's here, and there's two down the street, but I don't, everybody's at work.
Right, yeah, fair enough.
But she's starting to start to get anxious because this is where one of the times she got attacked was down here in the corner house. So
Okay, so with that in mind, I'm just gonna Raven sit. Good girl. I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit. Kind of tough with the muzzle on. Yeah, I can see it. She's getting a little pulley.
Yeah.
Her breath is getting a little faster paced. I'm just gonna slow down just a little bit, and I'm gonna switch her to my left side, and then I'm just gonna reinforce with my right hand, just so she knows that everything's okay. Go a little bit slower. Take it slow, and just kind of constantly reaffirm her. It's okay, Raven.
yeah, because we haven't been back down here since that then, and it's been
Yeah.
6 months or so.
Gotcha. Yeah, the lip smacking is increased. A little bit of drool. It looks like more than before. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it nice and slow. I'll probably stop every 10 or 15 feet and just let her know she's doing well. Yeah, it's really tough. We got attacked right outside of our house by an off-leash dog. Me and Freya, or not me and Freya, my fiance and Freya. And that was about a year ago now. She still doesn't like to walk.
Isn't that crazy? They don't forget anything, really.
No. But I mean, it's gotten better. It's gotten to the point where I can, walk and just kind of have to just go through it with Freya at this point. Slowing down doesn't really help Freya, but it seems to do good for Raven here. I mean, she leans into me. The lip smacking has stopped a little bit, if you've noticed. I'm expecting a few more, but that's okay. Yep, there it is. Okay, you want to go a few more feet? Good girl. Oh, were you gonna give me kisses? Thank you. Good girl. This is very good girl. I know. What a good girl. Stay with me, please. Slow it down. Yes. Raven. You gotta focus on me, Mama. It's okay. Don't focus on the road. Focus on me. Raven, sit. Sit. This way. It's okay. Yes.
It's amazing. It just is amazing to me how anxious she is. Just you're not even near the house yet, really. You know.
Yeah. Just taking it extra slow seems to work well for her, though. I mean, the ears are still a little bit pinned, but I mean, the lip smacking has stopped. Her breath has gone back down to normal rate. Like you said, she is still a little nervous. She still remembers, but just kind of reaffirming to her that, you know, that was an outlier. It's not something that's going to happen every time we walk down the road. It's kind of what I think is where a lot of people have that difficult time figuring out where to go from there. It's not a sprint.
The funny thing is when she knows where this house is when we're over at the cranberry bog.
Oh yeah.
And I only walk. I don't even walk by this house anymore. But when I get down to the back end of the cranberry bog, she doesn't take her eyes off of this house.
Yeah, and that's
amazing.
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. But it's also the house that when we probably 3 or 4 years ago. I walked by with this dog was in the yard and it charged the gate and I had these two and they pulled me down and my glasses went flying and Cole went over the chain link.
Wow.
And it was a pain in the ass. And that's why I don't walk on this side anymore. It's that reason. And that was like 4 years ago. So, and she was aggressive then. Cole was not aggressive. He jumped the fence and he's like, oh, now what do I do? Type of thing, you know? I held on to her.
She's starting to pull a little bit again, so I just wanted to stop and just kind of repeat. Basically what I want to show her is that if she she's pulling because she wants to get it done and over with.
Yeah.
That's not going to fly, right? Obviously, if we went out and I don't know, go to check the mail or go to the grocery store or something, you're not going to rush just because, I mean, you might rush because she seems a little anxious, but in a perfect world, you know, she's going to have to get over it, right? Same thing with this. The lip smacking kind of came back a little bit, but the breath is still at a normal rate for respiratory.
Yeah, she's still fairly relaxed.
Yeah, so I just want to keep showing her, hey, it's okay, you know. She starts to pull and I say, no, when you pull, we slow it down. If you can walk with us at heel at a nice calm pace, then we keep going and we go at, you know, whatever pace we're walking. But pulling gets us nowhere. Raven, why don't you pay attention to me while we walk, huh? Oh, sorry. A little too far. Yes. Good girl.
Now, this house with the white car in it, they have a golden retriever.
Okay.
And if it's out, it charges. Because it does the other dog all the time, my other dog, but he doesn't pay any attention.
Gotcha. Raven, doing very good. So another thing too, I probably should have mentioned before we headed out.
She likes the snow.
Freya loves the snow too. A lot of people will take their dog out for a walk and feel a little guilty when they start to pull and they think, oh, you know, maybe he has to pee, maybe he has to poop, I'm going to let him go.
Oh, yeah.
Especially anxious dogs, people will come to that conclusion a lot. So what I like to do is make sure they use the bathroom before we go for a walk. That way I can have her at heel.
Oh, yeah. No, you'll never have that issue with her.
Gotcha.
Besides, we're out a lot anyway.
Hey, Raven. Yes, good girl.
You're snacking.
Raven, sit. All the way, please. Raven, sit. Yes. She's a very good girl. Come on, Raven.
Good job, Raven.
Very good girl. Can you do a quick check? Couple lip smacks. But your ears are straight up. Your respiratory rate's good. Does she hold that paw up a lot?
No, only when you're here.
Really? I've noticed it.
I noticed it earlier.
Yeah, and I was just wondering if maybe she had like previously injured it.
No.
Just a submissive thing when I'm here, I suppose. Somebody just got into a car over there. Raven, leave it. Raven, leave it. Yes. Good, leave it. Very good, leave it. See, it's okay. You don't have to be hyper-focused. She has really pretty eyes.
They're very intense.
Yeah. Hi, Mama. How are you? Do I get a kisses finally?
German Shepherd won the group, the herding group.
Best in breed. Yeah, I stopped by. It's funny. I stopped by.
But it also won the group too, I think.
Oh yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you're right. Yeah, I stopped at I stopped into Oceanside yesterday, and they were all watching.
Oh, yeah.
Computers and back.
Good girl, Raven. What are you looking at? So what? Somebody? Oh, they're still backing down.
Raven, let's turn around. No, you can leave it. Yes. Good girl. Pay attention to me, please. Yes. Good girl. Do you use, I think I asked you this last time, but I forget what your answer was. Do you use eye contact as a command ever?
Yeah, I tell her to watch me all the time.
Watch me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Very, very good. A lot of people don't do that either, and then when their dog sees a distraction, they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know what command. Leave
Yeah.
it. Come here. Stop. Freeze.
No.
You just start saying a bunch of commands, and that can be confusing to a dog.
But it's watch me for her, but you know, I really haven't done a whole hell of a lot with her the last 2 years because
Yeah.
I go there and here, and then I concentrated on the other guy.
Right. Raven, heel.
She's like, I haven't been down here for so long. She said,
I mean,
we
she's
never
doing
made
really
it around the cul-de-sac.
She's doing very good. Like I said, I think she just needs that affirmation that, you know, everything is going to be okay every so often. And I would say between now and whenever we meet next, I would try and do this a couple times just to see if, you know, you can, if it's the same. I'm training this pit bull puppy, and we've been having a lot of success when I'm there, but when I leave, he's kind of a different, or she rather, he's
Yes.
kind of a different pup. So I would say just try this and see if you get similar results. If you do,
Yeah.
keep it up and just kind of keep, you know.
Well,
Letting-
the main reason I hired you is because if she does dart out, she's gone because I know I can't hold her.
Gotcha.
So that's my issue with coming down here. My nerves are going to be.
Fair enough.
I can try to get my husband to come with me, but he's got a bad back. So if that has, you know, it's the retired folk. We're having troubles here. But I will maybe come down to the first house. You know, I can come down that far.
Yeah.
And then if I think it's safe, so I'll
Right.
creep down, but I'll start like halfway down the street and back.
Okay. Okay. Question. Obviously, we would need a few more sessions under our belt before I think you would feel comfortable, or maybe even I would feel comfortable. Would you be okay with me taking her for a few hours to kind of see how she is in public without you? Is that something you might be open to down the road?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. I'd really like to.
See how she is away from me.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a lot of dogs that, you know, we spend a lot of time doing this, and then we find out a month in, she's just really tied to you and overprotective, or, you know, anxious when you're around her. All that just to say, a lot of the times they're a different dog when the owner's not around. And it kind of
wouldn't
helps
be
me to see.
surprised.
Yeah, and it kind of helps me to see how she is without you versus how she is with you. It helps make a game plan for the long term as well. And I trust her. I've never been scared of her or anything. It was funny, my fiance asked me where I was going today for appointments, and I said, I'm going to meet Raven. And she said, I don't think you've told me about Raven yet. So I told her how we first met at the rabies clinic and how she did so well when you were filling out the paperwork, or I think you were paying actually, and I just held her for a minute.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's so funny. She's a very sweet girl. She just reminds me of Freya. I think she really needs that, like I've said a few times today, that reassurance and support is all. Because you're a sweet girl. It doesn't seem like you have a mean bone in your body. Very vocal, which is okay. Freya is too. Raven, here. Raven. Raven, here. Yes. Girl. And then on the return, once we get around this cul-de-sac, I'm gonna give her a little more slack on the leash, just
Okay.
to kind of see how she reacts. But I mean, so far so good, I would say. She's definitely benefiting, and again, we're getting around, and you can kind of see the lips smacking a little
Yeah,
bit
well, there's a
more.
dog that lives in this house too.
Yeah.
And we actually had an incident with that, but that was like 8 years ago.
Oh wow.
She was not even 1 year old, and it was just her trying to herd that dog. You know, she's
Gotcha.
and she had a ball in her mouth. She was more or less just playing, but
Right.
I got the dog freaked out. It wasn't pretty because the guy got so mad.
Oh, gotcha. Raven. Come here, let's do one more quick cuddle sesh. And then I'll give you some space, okay?
Oh, look at her lean in.
I was gonna say, yeah, notice
Wow.
that. The lean into me. It's a sign of trust.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good girl, Raven.
A very good girl. I know. Okay, take some space. Sniff some things, Raven. You're doing very good. A lot more of a relaxed body style, it seems, on the way back.
Yeah,
as well.
coming back by the house. So yeah, that's cool.
Oh, Raven. Twisted. Yes. Raven, heel. You're a very good girl, Raven. What do we got for time? Should we do another loop, do you think? Or 11:20. Do you want to do another loop?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. So no one asked me.
She's like, no, I don't. Okay, she is. So the dog saw us this time, so that's good.
Kind of what I was hoping for. Raven, look over there. Okay. Yes, good girl.
Good job, Raven.
I always like to, especially with dogs that are hyper focused like this.
Yeah.
I like to mark when they do something on their own. Even if I didn't give the command, she left it, right? She was
Yeah.
hyper focused like we were expecting. I just waited a second and she left.
All right, this is not Cole. This is not Cole. Come here, Sadie. Come on. I'm sorry.
I saw you and I was like, I gotta go say hi to my
I
friend.
heard her. There's a dog trainer helping me.
Oh, good,
But
good,
just for
good,
this-
good. Sorry,
so this
John.
is really good test.
Yep.
So,
Good to see you. Talk to you soon. Don't worry about it. It's okay. That was actually pretty helpful. I think it was good
yeah.
to see how she
I
reacts.
whispered to her. That was a good test.
That was very good. Raven, it's okay. You're not friends with Sadie Lou. Everyone loves Sadie Lou. Raven, leave it.
Raven, watch me. Watch me.
But even so,
Raven, watch me. Oh, dear.